Hello everyone, this is Professor 005 back with another week of Vanguard Weekly stream news. So I'm gonna cover like Tuesday and Thursday's news. Of course, it's been like how many, like a week. So at this point, if you're watching me, you probably know some of the reviews. You might not, but nonetheless, I'll give you like my own personal thoughts, like my own analysis of the things I'm gonna see for the past week. So we have like new promo cards and new festival booster cards coming in. So today we'll be explicitly talking about it. Like we're gonna be highlighting about the festival booster highlights and some of the Feltyrosa support. Yeah. But without further ado, let's get straight into it. But before that, if you like my content, do like, subscribe, and do comment about like your own thoughts. So yeah, we'll then see what you like make out of all of the things that I'm going to like show you here. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe and like. Yeah, but that is like we'll get straight into the news. So we have number one, Albert Extractor. So we are coming into the whole idea of revealing of the grade 3, I don't know what you call this, like grade 3 10k booster, 10k attackers, but yeah, that's the trend right now. So Vanguard is gonna get themselves one. So we have the first skill, which is technically the same thing. So it's the Rearguard Guardian Circle. If your opponent review a trigger unit for the drive check, more damage check plus 10k shield and plus 10k power. So yeah, more shield for them for the grade 3s. But for the second skill, which is the highlight of the card, which is the act once per turn, and you soul last one and perform all of the following abilities below. This unit gets boost and plus 2k power. So 15k attacker, 15k booster. And then the second one is that you remove one over trigger from the drop zone, and this unit gets back row rear guard. All of your front row units get 5k until end of turn. So quite nice. You can play this like a lot of tanks. You can play this in Eva, you can play this in Messiah, you can play this in Maelstrom, you can play this in Awaganda. But of course, the first number one is mostly about the space issues. It's a good card because of the boost and the power up, but other than that, I guess I will probably, if I were a Vanguard player and I see the myriad of cards for support, probably not a very ideal card for me, like for Vanguard. But I digress. People can disagree with me with this one. I think it's good in its own way. I guess it could be something more better, but then again, like front row 5k, it's like huge buff for Messiahs, a huge buff for Eva, huge buff for Armaganda. So yeah, it's technically a very nice card. So that's about it. So this is the triple rare for the Vanguard version. So yeah, so technically we are talking about the PRs. We get straight into the VPRs, which is the Amber clones. So this is in May. So we have one for Tachikaze and one for Nova Grappler. I cannot wait. I can't wait until Amber arrives. If Amber is gonna be the next one, I am happy. I would die happy, right? But then again, let's get straight into it. We have Tachikaze. We have Savage Whacker. That's whack. Okay, right. So when this unit auto Vanguard Rearguard once per turn, which is applying for all of the Amber clones, when this unit attacks while boosted. For Savage Tracker, you choose one of your rearguards and put the top deck of your deck face down as a equip gauge for that unit, and that unit plus 5k until end of turn for each of the equip gauge, which is good in several reasons, because you can play this like in Anger Blader or like I don't remember what's the other like Tachikaze great ones that play equip gauge. But then again, this is a very nice addition to it, so I think that's a very nice card for Tachikaze. And then let's say, for example, if like already have like 2 equip gauges on that one rearguard, it's technically like a 15k, I guess, 15k attacker, 15k booster, no, not booster, sorry, a 15k plus attacker for, or like say on a 9 guard, so 9k rearguard, so that's 24k attacker, so quite nice. Plus 5k for each gauge is pretty good in itself, so that's about it. And I'm not gonna get into the second part because it's very generic. It applies to everywhere. at the start of your rank phase, you just if your Vanguard is grade 1 or less, then you discard this card, look top 5, choose one grade 2 or less, put it to your hand and shuffle your deck. That's about it. So I'm not gonna get straight into that because that's a mouthful. But then again, we have Spiral Breaker, which is from Nova Grappler. Nova Grappler is, of course, you know Nova Grapplers. And the skill is that when this unit attacks while boosted, you soul blast 1, you choose one of your other rearguards and stand it. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, stand off your rearguards and the same column as the chosen rearguard. So if you have a left, so if this is going to be on the left rearguard, you just attack and then you can stand the right rearguards, like the front and back row rearguards. Of course, you make full use of it because of the front and back row, which you can bring up the best potential out of this card by standing the front and the back ones. But Axel Circles, you can also stand the rearguards in Axel Circles, which is quite fine. It's not a problem. But then again, you can also stand the rearguards in Axel Circle when you're Axel Circles. But then the good part about it is that this is going to be Nova Grapplers is going to be way more interesting right now, because they have like a very good counts that can restand already, like Sazanda, Fu Hang, I don't remember who else, but like the ones that can restand other regards a lot, they are coming back. And I think that Immortal Ashura Kaiser is gonna get way stronger because of thanks to this card. So okay, very nice for Novas, for them to like get this kind of like good shit. So yeah, that's good for Novas. Okay, now we have the grade 3 for the grade 3 new card for Stoichia. Flower Maiden of Aspirations, Florence. So Florence is the first skill, it's the same thing as I mentioned before, Rearguard, Guardian Circle, opponent draft checks or damage checks, trigger unit plus 10k shield, plus 10k power. That's about it. Okay, but this one is quite an interesting card for me personally, because that when this unit attacks, this is Rearguard once per turn, you discard you mill top 2 cards of your deck. Alright, you discard top 2, you mill 2, and perform all of the following abilities below. You soul charge 1, and this unit gets 5k, which is an 18k attacker. If all of the cards discarded for this cost were not normal units, which means all of them are trigger units, it gets 15k instead of 5k. So she can potentially be a 28k attacker, she can potentially be a 38k attacker, or 48 attacker if like Persona rank is a 5. Then the second skill, you remove one over trigger unit from your drop. You choose a unit card from your drop zone and put it to your hand, which is really interesting because it reminds me of two things. Like my thoughts of this are two things. Number one, it's basically coming back to the V era great great nature, where like it's Leopold or something along those lines. Or I don't remember if it's Isabel or Leopold, but I think both of them still applies, because like you get to mill the top 2 cards of your deck, and depending on like what card is it, what type of card is it, you activate the following abilities. Let's say +1 crit, or like you have to got 2 or more, or you can't use Sentinels. Kind of reminds me of that card. I'm like, so I see where Florence gets the inspiration from the V era Great Nature. And then the second one is quite good because you can technically bounce back a PG back to your hand, which is like, ooh, bonkers, which is good, which is kind of like good. Or you can just bounce back a unit card. It doesn't say triggers card or still a trigger unit, so you can't bounce back orders, of course, but you can possibly just bounce back like a 20k shield, the front effect into your hand. So it's quite good. Discard the top 2 cards is like a little bit iffy, but then again, you could play this in Zolga. Zolga could probably be very useful in she could be very useful in Zolga. So that's kind of nice though, honestly speaking. But yeah, that's kind of nice. And then we have a standard fight pack, which means this is going to be a new promo pack, I guess. Promo pack for May promo sets. So we have Stephanie, we have the World Order or Freeze World Order, and you have the Plant Token. Now Stephanie reprint is welcome, chef's kiss, because I'm lacking Stephanies. I want to look for Stephanies. So for them to reprint Stephanie is a welcome. And then the Office Grade 2 order, I don't understand why they want to reprint this one. This order is the one that you counter blast 1 and then you call one Shadow Army token to the rearguard. I don't understand the Plant Token either, because these are not very well sought cards because you already have like a lot of like plant tokens, thanks to like what the Stop Puri like in DT09 and the other plant token in DT06 or DT07. I don't remember. I think it's no DT05. Technically, it's Rorowa's plant token. Yeah, and I don't know if plant tokens are that hard to find, but I'm not. I don't understand the justification of why they want to reprint alternate arts with that plant token. Stephanie, I can understand because Stephanie is really useful in Diamonds and Diamonds Bruce, and technically all Bruce in general, but Diamonds use her. And the Grade 2 War Order is not really necessary for me personally. I felt like the plant token and this order is a waste. But then again, I mean, if people need it, then just get it. But I would love Stephanie. I'm living Stephanie reprint. It's good. I'm kind of like lacking it. But then we have the new promo cards. These are also the other next few promo cards for like for Stoic Kia, I guess. And we have like Dragon Empire. So that's about it. So we have Refresh Time Portia. So Portia's skill is that when this unit is placed on the rear guard circle, you soul last one, you choose one card from your bind zone. Like you just put all the cards in your bind zone to your drop zone and then bind the top card of your deck. If you bound the trigger unit, you draw one card. Technically very good for one thing, Celestial. This is going to be a Black Wing, White Wing support for Celestial, so it's quite good. And if you bind your trigger unit, even if you bind your trigger unit, you have to draw one. So it's quite nice, very good for Celestial to like switch between the Black Wing, White Wing situation. So it's kind of good, but we have to be beware that if you have the Grade 3 like the Celestial support, it's going to reset the whole thing. So I think players have to be very careful about like what they are going to buy next. But I don't think that's a problem because I think there's one card that allows you to choose one card like from your hand and put it in the bind zone. So that's about it. Fortia is good. Yeah, it's tactically welcome. And now we have Friendship Fairy. Now Friendship Fairy is pretty funny and amazing at the same time. Well, amusing, I wouldn't call it funny, it's pretty amusing and amazing because technically she is Amelia 2.0. She's basically Blaze Maiden Amelia 2.0 but for Magnolia. Here's the skill. Act, if you have a Vanguard with Magnolia in its card name and your opponent's Vanguard is Grade 3 or greater, you counter plus 1, you put this card into your soul, you choose up to one Grade 4 card with Magnolia in its card name in its card name in your hand, write it as stand. Magnolia Elder is back. Right? So I'm very happy that they're doing this kind of skill, which makes me speculate they're going to do the same thing for Seraph Purelight, they're going to do the same thing for Unrivaled Bruce, they're going to play the same thing for what's the next Grade 4 Bastion, Bastion, right? So they are going to do the next two things. Like they already have like Maha Nirvana for the last festival booster. They're going to do one from Magnolia, which I'm very excited because which means that this signals a support, like a very new, I won't call it generic, a new support for the Grade 4 decks like Unrivaled Bruce, which I haven't been touching Unrivaled Bruce for quite some time. So if they're setting trends like this, I'm really excited to get this version for Bruce, which I'm hoping will come in the next few months or so. Please do it, Bushiroad, because we need the Grade 4 5 station or Regida 5 station aces to just come back and dominate the meta again. This is a great start. I love it, no problem. Please do it more. I want it. Now, this next order is quite amazing because this is Chakravarti Spinning Dance Saihata. It is a set order for Dragon Empire, which is quite new because Dragon Empire never plays set orders, so this is the first one for them. Well, in terms of their playstyle, I'm pretty sure there's one set order. I don't think there's no such thing as set order in Dragon Empire. You can fact check me on that one. Okay, now this is really nice because it's a Grade 1 set order. When this card is put in the order zone or discarded from your hand for the cost of your Vanguard ability, if you have a Vanguard with Nirvana in its card name, doesn't matter if it's Nirvana, Jiva, Maha Nirvana, or the original Chakrabarti Divine Dragon Nirvana, you draw one card. This is good. This is super good. Continuous continuous in the order zone. If you have a Vanguard with Nirvana in its card name, when your real card with Varina in its card name will be put in the bind zone or through the deck, which means that this might counter Chronojet in one way or another. Not countering, but you still it kind of like, you know, makes Chronojet's deck not like bot deck not all that worthwhile. You put all of that unit's original dress named Trickstar into your hand and put the rest of that original dress to the drop. So which is pretty good, because you don't lose your Trickstar, which is quite good. You can able to do not lose your original overdress, which is kinda annoying if you're fighting Seraph or if you're fighting Messiah. So this is actually quite good for like this for Nirvana in general, because this is the only card that you're gonna be playing in the order zone, and it doesn't really stack, it doesn't really matter. This is the only order card that they need to play right there. And then if by any means that Varina, doesn't matter what kind of Varina, Arx, Expecta, Esperi, Ibia, Gears Varina, whatsoever, right? Gets bound by the effect, or gets bound by effect or put into prison. The Trickstars, the original overdress, you just the Trickstars bounce back in your hand, the rest just put to the drop, which means that you can set up for the next big thing. Like say for example, you can do like a lot of things. You can just set Xperi Edit, you can just like overdress the Xperi Edit extend and have all of your Varinas put into your drop, like put in under Xperi Edit. Or you have Mira's Varina, you cross overdress it, and then you have two Marinas on standby. Just move it under there. You can have like your Prayer Dragons or Prayer Dragons just getting ready to standby to be discarded to be called out on the field, and you can just cross overdress. This is such a good card for Nirvana, and I'm so happy that Nirvana's like being the issue of them being always field controlled by like lock or being prison is no longer a problem. This is actually a very good card for Nirvana in general, and Nirvana is just going to get better and better, which suggests to me one thing: this is going to be a very expensive order for Nirvana. So Nirvana Jiva players, EY, Maha Nirvana players, EY, your good god order card is here. So that's about it. So yeah, quite nice. I kinda like it. So the rest of the fight packs will be revealed in future documents. I will require future reprints. We have Dark States. I don't know who it will be. Please be something good. I don't know who's gonna be the one for Brungate. I don't know who's gonna be for, I don't know, Combine Russia perhaps, I don't know, Overmind, I don't know, perhaps. But please have new good PRs. That probably fixes a lot of decks. Please. That's all we are asking for. Next week's stream is very funny. We have the special corner, and then we have the spiritual key of ignition while not, and a new Regalis piece, which is something to look forward to. And then we have a new Laurel Narrow card. Now, the cover art for the festival booster is actually a over trigger. It's a Cray over trigger, like the Elementaria Cray thingy over trigger. So it's a generic card, which makes, so there's two of them. So if this is going to be over trigger, the blue one is going to be over trigger, but I'm not sure what's the effect gonna be. So I'm hoping that it's going to be something really good. Alright, now that's about it. I'm not gonna go through the card of the day, but you can see right here you have the Regalis piece, you have the new Laurel Narrow right here, there, and then yep, and that's about the week for now. And then we have, technically speaking, sorry, alright, now we have the September 15 Clash of the Heroes, And then down, down, down. That's not good. Cut of the day. Cut of the day is quite good. Okay. Feltyrosa. Let's get straight into Feltyrosa's the reviews. And I think Feltyrosa's cut is not that bad, honestly speaking, because I personally believe that Feltyrosa actually gets something really good this time around. So we have Night Sky Searing Divertimento Orchid. So at the end of the battle where this unit boosted, if you have a Vanguard with Feltyrosa in its card name, you counter blast 1, you put 1 rearguard in the same column as this unit into your soul and draw 1. Very good, which means that you can have open rearguard for the other unit to have Feltyrosas to do her shenanigans, to like draft check and call new units on the field. So this is good for Feltyrosa. Obviously, it's a double rare. Orchid is here, and then after that we have Traumere of Grazing Hands for Rosvita. So that's a grade 2. When this unit is placed on the rearguard circle other than from hand, so it means that you have to drive check her. If you have Vanguard with Feltyrosa in its card name, you stand off the rearguards as the same column as this unit, so you can stand the boosted unit on the CCP, and this unit gets plus 5k at the end of turn. 15k attacker plus a boost, so you can could stand Orchid as well. So this is quite good, honestly speaking. Like, this is really like it's just like really nice, you know. So that's actually like quite good. And when this unit attacks, you may have this power plus 5k until the end of the turn, until the end of that battle. Sorry, if you do at the end of the battle, you just put this unit above of your deck. Nice recyclers, 20k attacker, super nice. What else could you ask for, right? What else could you ask for, Feltyrosa, right? New Feltyrosa is also like quite a new the new cup of Feltyrosa is quite nice. So we have the Rondo of Plenilune Feltyrosa. Of course, the dress up, which is the original card for Feltyrosa, it means that regard as the same name. So that aside, the Vanguard skill is where I'm really interested in, because during your turn, if continuous Vanguard skill, if you have a grade 3 with Feltyrosa in its card name, all of the ghost in unit in your front row plus 10k. So if you have Rosvita on the front row, she's already at 30k, which is quite good. Power big power. And then act once per turn, you counter blast 1, and this unit gets the highlighted bolt text, which is technically in the red one. When you draft check reveals a ghost normal unit or a grade 3 with Feltyrosa in its card name, you may call that card to the open rearguard circle. If you do, this unit gets drive plus 1 until the end of the battle twice, until the end of the turn. So which means that you activate this ability and she gets the highlighted text twice, which suggests to me that she can actually do up to like with the new support, she can probably do around more than 5 attacks already. So 1, 2, and then with the skill with 3, 4, 5 attacks minimum, I think. You can correct me on this, but you can drive check 4 times. You can call 2 at the same time. So that's actually quite good as well. Yeah, I'm not sure if she can drive check 4 times, so like drive plus 1, which suggests to me that she can, I think she can drive check 4 times if I'm not mistaken. But the calling part, yes, she can technically call 2 at she can, if the ability activates twice, which means that she can actually like call 2. So it's not bad for Feltyrosa, honestly speaking. So yeah, next stream, Laurel Nero. This one, the what you call the Cattle one, is also like quite amazing, because I'm gonna skip the top part because it's going to be a mouthful. When this unit attacks, rearguard once per turn, obviously, you will look at the top card of your deck, you put it on the top of your deck or into your soul, OTT moment, Genesis moment, and you counter blast 1 to activate all the following abilities. You choose one of your opponent's Vanguards with 14k or higher, increase that unit's power by that unit's power until the end of the battle. Do you know what this means? Let's say if your opponent damage checks the OT. When he attacks, he can also take that power and make it into his own, thereby your over trigger, power just doesn't mean anything, doesn't mean jack shit in this in this deck. So it's quite good. Like, honestly speaking, it's actually quite good. The most funniest part is this is a great treat. So you can play this in Bastion. Like, Bastion Savant is actually like very useful for this one. Honestly, like speaking, I did not expect this to be like for like Captain Century like to be this good. So this is actually quite nice for Bastion support. I have no idea in my mind like who can put this deck in like better other than, I don't know, Hexor or Bastion. Like, Bastion is probably on the top of my mind when I want to see this card. So that's actually quite good, you know. So remove one OT from the drop zone, which is a second skill. You choose one of your other units in the front row, plus 15k. Not only he can like take the 100 billion power, but you also get to like give one unit plus 15k until the end of turn. So yikes, that's a really good card for Captain Century for this cycle card. So yeah, this is actually like quite nice though. I definitely have no complaint. I felt like this is the best card that I feel like this is the best card that Captain Century actually can get in the near future. So like, good. This is a good card along with the Stoic Kia one. I think the Stoic Kia one and this one impresses me the most on it. Yeah. So I think this one would be the best one. The second one would be the Stoic Kia. The third one would be the Dark States. I think the least interesting one could be the Dragon Empire, and the Brandgate comes in the second last. I think out of all of the nations so far, this is my favorite one. This can do a lot of this is going to do a lot of things, you know. So yeah, I think that's about it. I think that's all for the reviews for this video. Okay, anyways, the other side, I would like to end this video. It's pretty late here. Yeah, so I've been doing this. I've been rambling along for the past 25 minutes. So I just want to say thank you guys for watching, and do highlight to me I don't know if I've pointed out any mistakes, and also just comment about like what you feel about the review so far. I think I love it. For Nirvana support is good, for Magnolia support is good, for Friendship Fairy, and then you have the Captain Grade 3. A lot of amazing stuff is gonna come in the booster, so in the festival booster and in the coming month. So I'm super excited. So I'm looking forward to the new cards that's gonna be released. But then that aside, I'm going to end this video right here right now. So thank you guys for watching. This has been Professor 05 saying out. Wow, that's a mouthful. I'm gonna have to drink after this and yeah, go to bed. I don't know. Alright, see you guys next time.